Everyone over here is a millennial, right? We all have those friends who are married. Some have actual kids. Some are doing their PhDs. Some doing their masters. And we all have those workaholic friends, right? It's with these friends that we plan this amazing trip to this beautiful place called Hampi, right? Everybody's energetic, everybody's pumped up, everybody's ready to go. And when it comes time for them to actually confirm the booking, then suddenly the married friend has to visit a distant relative. The PhDs have to visit their guide, their thesis guide. And of course, the workaholic friend isn't sure whether the internet would actually work in our beautiful place. And then all of a sudden, everything gets cancelled. I'm sure this has happened to every one of you in any shape or form. It has, right? Well, I have just one question to ask you. Have you all, or have any of you ever gone on a trip alone, without anybody else, to a destination of your choice, not for work, and no, layovers do not count? So I see a few have, yes. Well, this is the perfect audience for me. For me, whenever I speak to somebody else about solo traveling, they always ask me these questions. Are you okay? Are you depressed? Is solo travel safe? Do you not have any friends? To all of those people, I answer, well, you should try it for yourself. But for you guys, I've got the longer version. So, I found out like 5 discoveries while I solo travel, and these are the top 5 for me, right? The first one is solo travel teaches you to be free. It liberates you from somebody else's expectations from the trip. It's only you. If you want to take the trip slow and just laze around, you can. If you want to be up and about, like hiking a mountain, you can. If you want to just be sipping mojitos on the beach, well, you can do that too. And there's nothing wrong with it because it's only you. The second one is a brilliant one, which I feel is amazing, is solo tripping teaches you that your decisions actually matter. It's very important in this day and age to know that your decisions actually affect change. Well, when you're alone and you miss a flight, that's on you. You do not have anybody else to blame for you missing that flight. Thankfully, touch wood, I have not missed a flight yet. Decision making is very important even in our corporate fields, as everybody knows. Once, I actually booked a ticket to a new city at 1 a.m. And I got in the cab at 2:30 a.m. and the driver was almost falling asleep at the wheel. Well, I reached my guest house safely, but that was on me. All those decisions were on me. And that's what ultimately you get to learn, right? The third one is it teaches you spontaneity, to be spontaneous. Me being a very risk-averse guy usually, when I went to this place called Hue, which is in the southern Vietnam, I reached Hue and I planned for like 3 days in Hue. In my guest house, there was a lovely lady who came up to me and asked me, hey, how many days are you here for? No, she was the guest house lady. Clarifying. But she asked me how many days I was there for. I was like, 3 days. She's like, no, that's a long time for Hue. And I'm like, okay, what else would you like me to do? And then she told me about this beautiful town. She told me about this beautiful town called Rohan, which was 120 kilometers south of Hue. With that, I jumped on the bike and I traveled 120 kilometers to my destination, which was the most beautiful place I have ever been to. It's this lantern city called Hue. Well, the third one, or the fourth one actually, which I feel you will learn from solo traveling is curiosity. When you're alone, you actually do not have anybody else to interact with. You do not have your group of friends. You do not have that one friend where you say everything to. You are actually open to speak to the locals, to actually dive into their culture, to actually feel and see what they actually do on a day-to-day. Speak to them about what they think about their country. You open yourself up to new things, right? But with all this being said, I always have to say this, that the final destination for all of us, or most of us, is marriage. and kids, right? It will become trickier for all of us to take a trip like this when you're married, right? Solo tripping gives you, solo tripping lets you be in the driver's seat and you get to steer the car wherever you choose to be. Theodore Roosevelt once said, at least try something. And that's what I leave with you. And hopefully all of you go on a solo trip sometime soon and share your stories with me. Thank you.